to the season premiere of season 14 of Face to Facts. I am your host, Nick Face. We welcome you back. It's been a wonderful summer. First show here in our fall season, and we're looking forward to breaking down some more things in sports for you and having, of course, heated discussions and opinions. We love those.
Always.
Sitting in the middle square here is Tom Smith. I always say square, kind of like an alignment of where you go. You're always in the center right there, center
always,
circle.
Center of attention.
And then Phil Healy sitting in the Phil Healy chair.
Yep.
Welcome back.
It actually wasn't named after me. So
It wasn't named after you.
But it will be dedicated to you once you leave.
But it's been here since the dawn of time. And I just happened to be,
very cool.
The time was right.
We have not been with you since the Bruins pregame show that we did when we said that they were going to win Game 7. It took us about 2.5 months to wipe those tears away to start sitting back in this chair and have our show once again. So we kind of got over that, or maybe not.
Yeah, I'm over it. I was over it a week after. I was over it a week after. They blew that game.
To me, it was the most crushing loss that I have seen in my lifetime outside of the 2003 Red Sox-Yankees ALCS.
That was crushing.
But Aaron freaking Boone hit the home run of it.
Like maybe one or two plays in that really killed it.
Yes.
Or no, I don't know. We should talk about that because that
nothing was more crushing.
I think it should be discussed.
I think the whole Game 7 was a crushing because it really wasn't like they didn't really make a. Did they make a game of it? I mean that's the argument.
No, Grady Little screwed everything up.
Well, no, I mean.
And the Bruins.
Oh, the Bruins.
No, the Bruins did not make a game of it. The Bruins simply did not show up in Game 7.
Yeah,
I don't know why. You have a Stanley Cup in your building and you completely turtled. They went in their shells and they went hiding. They were done. And it was unreal to see such a team that was so gritty and tough.
Yeah.
Let it all down in your home ice. You lost 3 games at home in a Stanley Cup. It's still like, you can tell. You can tell, right? It's still in me. Like, I got to get it out.
Well, let it fester.
Nothing hurt more, though, than when they lost Game 7 to the Flyers in, 2010.
Oh, yeah, when they
were up 3-0.
Oh, 3-0, that's right.
I think this was
3-0 in the series. They were up 3-0 in Game 7, and
I still
lost.
think this is. You had a Stanley Cup at your fingertips. It's in the
This
building.
kind of has to be worse. I understand what you're saying.
I get that because I remember it too. It's just this was.
It was like the second round,
second
right?
and third round, yeah.
You let the St. Louis Blues beat you? Oh.
And my buddy, she's a big St. Louis Blues fan, and she's from the area, and I was happy for her to a degree.
They were shocked,
but
they won.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah.
To a degree, I think some of them. I mean, they hadn't had a. Well, that's not true. I mean, the Cardinals won a couple times.
Yeah, for baseball. I think 06 and 13, 12.
No, you're right.
Like that.
06 and I think like 12 or 13.
Oh, 13 was the Reds. It must have been 12 or 11,
right.
something like that. I forgot the Red Sox.
Texas.
Texas was the one.
In a crazy game where, what's his name, went up against the wall, should have had that catch.
I remember that.
And for the Texans.
And that went 7 games, I think, that series.
It did.
Yeah.
And that was Game 6 that they screwed that up. But I digress.
We're all over the place, but we really needed to talk about this Bruins because we really hadn't got a chance to break it down for you. I don't think that we really wanted to, so that's why you haven't seen us in a couple months. So, sorry, we went in our caves and went hiding.
What's the breakdown? I think you put it well.
They broke down. I mean, that's as lightly as I can put it.
I will say I'm glad that Ryan O'Reilly was the one that won the Conn Smythe. No, it's better him than any of the other players that were were named for prospective award
he had
winners
like
for the
a
Conn
goal
Smythe.
per game, didn't he, or something?
He was the best player for the Blues in that entire playoffs.
Yes,
Never mind that series.
Yeah.
The question will be, how do the Bruins come back after that?
They have the same roster minus Marcus Johansson, so.
Oh, I thought they got rid of a couple other people. No.
I think that's it, really.
No, I think it's just Marcus Johansson right now. Unless you heard something different. I haven't heard anything else.
It's been very quiet.
I wouldn't call myself an expert on any of this. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah. The first thing that we want to talk about before we get into the Patriots, because their season will be here in about a week, which is pretty awesome, we need to talk about the Red Sox. The Red Sox, boy, maybe that's why we've been avoiding the show for a few months, because they have absolutely been nothing but a disappointment this year. Hangover? I don't know. What do we call it? You're laughing. I've just. If you follow me on Twitter, if you haven't blocked me by now, I'm shocked. But go ahead.
I've been waiting for this for a long time, just to hear the rant again. I mean, they're starting to
Face the Facts rant brought to you by Coach Nick. Go ahead.
they're starting to play a little bit better now. They
are? Oh, okay.
Just slightly. But I don't know if they have enough to get back into the playoffs.
I will tell you this. I had the most enjoyable weekend last weekend, minus Sunday, because of one particular reason. Who did the Red Sox play this past weekend?
The Padres.
Let's have Phil get this one.
No, I didn't know.
You didn't know. So they played the Padres, which was wonderful.
Oh, I was around in California at the time, so I should have known that.
What was pretty awesome is that you had a couple different choices on what you could listen to. You could listen to the
Orsillo? Is that what happened?
There we go. You could listen to the buffoons on Nesson. Or
you don't like those. Oh,
I despise him. You know what? I am so done with Dave O'Brien. I'm done.
Why?
He's not even broadcasting most of the games the rest of the season. His big priority now is ACC football.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
They brought in for this Colorado series, these past two games.
I listened to a little bit of that. Who was it?
Some nobody. Some Joe Schmo from Idaho.
Oh, I wish.
Is
I wish
broadcasting.
they just brought someone in off the street. That would be great.
Honestly,
that'd be amazing.
It was so much better than Dave O. Sleepathon O'Brien. I call him Bedtime Dave.
He's got a face for radio, man.
I mean, I have to agree with your tweets about him during the Jimmy Fun thing. That was just,
why?
He asked the stupidest questions. He said the stupidest things at the worst times possible. It was just.
Now I want to see it. No.
Well, I was sitting there, I'm like, why would people watching this guy want to call in and donate money for the
to make
Jimmy
him stop,
Fund?
I guess.
I have to tell you, and I'm glad that the Jimmy Fund did their thing. That's another point.
Well, nothing against the Jimmy Fund or anything, but it's just like...
We're here to tell you you're not going to do the Jimmy Fund.
But
express written over to Phil Healy. What address is this again? 123 Sesame Street.
123 Fake Street.
Yeah. But just to look at the broadcasting ratings came out from all these different networks about a week or two ago from Awful Announcing. They do a breakdown of the top 30 broadcasting things there. The Red Sox came in at 20th.
Out of 32?
Out of 30 teams in baseball. Where do the Padres finish with Orsillo and Mark Grant and everybody? Number one.
Are they really? Hey,
why aren't more people talking about... I'm actually going to make a bold statement right here. Don Orsillo being not brought back by the Red Sox, this was back in 2016, may go down as one of the worst decisions in Red Sox history.
I don't know about that.
It's up there.
Well, sure.
Lester's up there. Babe Ruth, of course, getting sold to the Yankees.
Leaving Pedro in 03.
Leaving Pedro in was another decision.
Well, that's not...
or taking him out, whatever
You had the best.
This should be...
It should be talked about more, and it's not.
Not just that, I guess.
Can't forget about Bobby Valentine being
that's true.
manager of the Red Sox for a season.
This whole conversation is a reflection on our distaste and or disinterest in the Red Sox. That we have to go and talk about Don Orsillo.
Dave O'Brien, it's like a borathon. Like, I'm glad that they got Eck. I like Eck.
Eck is the best.
I like Remy. When Eck and Remy, and I'll even give O'Brien credit because you can hear him shut up during a game. You can hear Eck and Remy more when there's a three-man booth.
It is. They are pretty. You gotta admit, it's pretty
That's
great when all three
excellent
are
broadcast.
Yeah,
you got Eck with his pitching etiquette
and
his
Eckerisms.
And you got Remy calling the game as a former player in a lot of different fields. And then you can mute O'Brien because he can go take his nap out and not be missed.
That guy Walker's a bore too.
I don't mind Todd Walker because
Todd Walker is doing it?
Todd Walker. Remember Todd Walker?
Yeah.
I actually like him because what else are you going to get? You want Steve Lyons out there? Do you want Jared Bunboy Saltalamacchia in the broadcast booth?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's part of the team.
Johnny
Bunboy.
Johnny Gomes is a coach for some team now.
Wait, hold on. Where's the Saltalamacchia Bunboy thing coming from?
He's got a man bun.
Does a man
bun.
bun.
Man bun.
Yeah.
He looks like a...
He does look like he could sell hot dogs, though.
That would be great if he was.
They stuck him in the studio here. Here's my thing on the whole thing is It's a disappointment that this is your local broadcasting network, Nesson, who puts these people into play. Wouldn't you think that they'd want to listen to fan input? I did a poll on my Twitter about a week ago. Who here still misses Don Orsillo? And I got like 50 votes. And I'm a nobody, remember, but some people do know me. It's just, I don't know, it is what it is. I'm a known commodity or something.
That's bizarre.
But it's like 90-something, and it's probably about like 5 or 10% that like O'Brien.
Well, how long has it been since Orsillo left? Or
I think we're going on 3 years.
Three?
It's 2016 was the final year, so 17, 18, this is the third year.
Wow.
But what's interesting about the whole O'Brien taking games off at the end of the year is that how is that acceptable? I mean, if you're the voice of a team and you're allowed to do something like that, and you go and tell your boss, oh, I'm going to go broadcast for 15, 20 games the rest of September. I mean, your team could be in a playoff hunt, and you're bringing in some nobody off the street who's going to be calling games. How unprofessional is that?
If he's affordable. I think that's
that
the bottom
is true.
line. I think that's the bottom line.
I'm not saying that I'm particularly wanted O'Brien there. I mean, it's just shocking to me to see something like this happen.
Well, I like that Nesson does that though, because if you watch Bruins hockey, Billy Jaffe does the pregame sometimes.
I really like Billy Jaffe. He does a great job as an analyst.
He commentates with Tom Caron on the hockey games, college hockey games.
Yeah, when it doesn't conflict.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool thing in there right there.
But,
so that's what.
But maybe they're trying to tell O'Brien something.
They could be. They could be.
Get the heck out of here.
Maybe that's why he's going there. And it will be interesting to see what happens. But I highly doubt that Orsillo would come back after the way they treated him.
Yeah. Isn't that what McDonough did? He went to...
Sean McDonough is a radio broadcaster now for the Red Sox. And he's been excellent.
Well,
if you've had a chance to hear that radio, that's been the best of the
He's
season.
the actual TV guy, too.
Correct.
And then he went on to football, and I think he did March Madness and some other stuff.
He did.
He did a whole bunch. But he was one of my favorites.
Sean is a professional,
yeah,
all-around good broadcaster.
And his dad was Will McDonough, I believe.
McDonough was a sports columnist for the Globe.
Yep.
So maybe Sean McDonough gets it back and putting him with Remy together.
I didn't know he was doing the radio.
Yeah, so him and Castiglione have been doing it. They've been doing a rotation on the radio with all different kinds of people.
Yeah.
They've even had Chris Berman come in for stuff.
Oh, really?
And he's horrible, but...
They had O'Brien do the away games.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they muted his mic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, Berman is horrible. He's human trash. But it's kind of fun to see that this trash bag is there. Oh, even that, just as a human being, I hear he's horrible. But, that's a whole nother ballgame.
It's amazing how when you start going about it, this was our first thing.
Yeah,
That just was on my mind the most part. So we'll see what happens here. I personally think O'Brien's on his way out, and I will let you know when that party will be happening because I will be hosting it, and you're all welcome to attend. We'll bring Orsillo home, but I don't think that's happening. But anyway, let's talk about the Red Sox in general. I have to tell you that the most disappointing thing to me this season has been the way the team was constructed overall. You went into this season with Dombrowski putting pretty much the assembled cast back together that was from your 2018 World Series championship. Over the past years, when you've had a championship, it's probably not the best idea to bring every single person back. Granted, you felt pretty convinced that you needed to bring Eovaldi back after what he did in the postseason. It kind of felt like Steve Pearce was another one that was like, okay, I think this is what we need to do because he was the MVP and all.
Right.
But you made some disastrous choices on roster build. You didn't come into the season with a closer. You didn't want to turn the page. You didn't want to get yourself together to get ready for this season. And I think that's what's bit the Red Sox in the butt. Tell you the truth. I don't know what you've seen so far.
The decision to bring Steve Pearce back, I kind of feel like it was based on just solely on the fact that he got playoff MVP. I mean, if you look at the guy, you already know that he's injury prone, and now where is he at?
I mean, there's a budget right there. They gave him a year for $6 million.
And he was injured pretty much going into training camp, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I think he's gotten maybe 30 at-bats this year. And
wow, really?
It's been horrible.
And Sam Travis has been playing pretty well, and there's your backup first baseman.
Right.
That
could have been used for an arm in your pen.
Yeah.
Then you got Eovaldi. Eovaldi was signed for 4 years, $68 million. For a guy that's been injury prone, that hasn't proven that he's been able to stay healthy. You banked on this guy, and it's been nothing short of a disaster with him. I would grade him as a D, as a grade for this year.
Yeah, he's because he has been in and out of bullpen.
He's been in and out of the bullpen. Well, every time he started, he hasn't been consistent, or he's given up too many runs. I think he's got like an 8 ERA right now.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
Well, another guy you love, and I don't understand why they continue to start him when he's been awful, is Brian Johnson.
That's your depth. You have no pitching depth.
Yeah.
In a way, I don't
bullpen or
blame
starting.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson is not a major league pitcher.
He's
just not.
Well,
he's a journeyman.
But you've seen him do better coming out of the bullpen than being a starter.
I agree on that. I just don't think the Red Sox have any choices. And I think that's what you see is what you get,
Well,
unfortunately.
Sale's hurt right now with
isn't
elbow.
Price
That's
still-
the next big move. And that one right there deserves to have every bit of criticism on it. Why on earth are you signing a guy at the start of the season to a 5-year, $150 million deal when this guy was pretty much hurt all season last year, or at least the second half? Did they give him an examination before his contract? Because
Probably not.
in my eyes, I don't think they did. Sale has been nothing but damaged goods, in my opinion, since he got hurt. And it's unfortunate because I like Chris Sale. He's a competitor. I just think the poor guy is broken down. He needs to eat a steak for once in his life.
Yeah, what is he, like 32, 33, or what is
He's 31, I think,
31.
right now. But I think soaking wet, he probably weighs 150 pounds. He's a stick figure.
He's like 6 something, right? He's
Put
tall.
some
He's a
meat
tall
on your
guy.
bones, man.
Well, I mean, regardless, I mean, he's out.
don't you
for
give
at
him some?
least- Oh my!
Well,
What an attack! At least now.
I wish I could.
Yeah, there
I
you
don't
go.
have any more.
No, it's all right. He uses it. He's gonna keep him warm in the winter. But yeah, no, he. I don't know, Sale. I don't know. He's a guy you've had for the
That's
past
your
year.
ace.
Yeah,
And that's why, to
but
me,
he's out,
it's...
right. He's out for the rest of the
He's
year.
pretty much done. I personally think he's
Possibly
going to have
next
to
year.
need Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
They put, it's called a plasma injection into your elbow,
Okay.
and it's supposed to heal some sort of
Inflammation. or
inflammation in your arm. But he went to go see James Andrews, who's the Tommy John specialist.
what? Yeah.
I don't think that that's very good news, to tell you the truth. Then you
Probably
have
not.
David Price, who's seen Andrews a few times too, saying he has a special elbow.
Well, he's been waffling in and out of like injury all year.
Yeah, he's
right?
got something with nerve or some kind of something in his elbow that's off.
He's getting up there too. How old is he?
Supposedly he's back this weekend.
Well,
But
he's like 32, 33 as well, right? He's up
Price
there.
is about 31, 32, yeah, right around now.
So your pitching staff is like the median age is like,
Your pitching staff is pretty much composed of 250 million of a lot of mediocrity.
over 30, which they said they wouldn't
Yeah.
pay for X amount for an over 30 or
Like John
29.
Lester.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they're saying, oh yeah, well we didn't do this with John Lester. Oh, we're going to change everything. We're going to change the rule book here. We're going to invest in all these old people and bank on
Well,
them.
I think Sale already hit his
Latino,
prime. I think Price already hit his prime.
Yeah, they did. They
I
did.
mean, you got a championship out of him.
And then you also have Rick Porcello's having a terrible year. But
yeah.
the one benefit
Despite
to
the
Porcello,
steroids.
it's true.
Despite.
The one thing that Porcello gives you is durability.
Yeah.
So that money that you gave to Evaldi, who can't stay on the field, has Porcello ever been hurt? No. His production might not be great, but he's one of those 1 year good, 1 year bad. This is bad year. Next year's probably going to be good.
I mean, he's also, how old is he? He's up
He's
there.
going to be 31, 32 as well. That's
Oh,
about
I
the
thought-
that's about the average
is it?
age of the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to check. I thought he was older.
Your shining star has been Rodriguez,
E-Rod, yes.
but he's inconsistent as well
He
too.
is
He's got
very.
he's a tease. He wins because they score runs for him,
Yeah.
and he's got a high 4 ERA too.
Yeah, he's kind of had a weird year, but he's got like 16
Well,
wins.
it's-
Who do you blame more? Do you blame starting pitching for the problems the Red Sox have, or the bullpen?
bullpen.
You go bullpen first.
I think there's
okay.
more. I think it. Well, there's. They both have their problems,
Yep.
but I think like you've lost. Like how many games have you lost? Like in the latter.
You're
innings?
at about 20 games this season you've lost from your bullpen.
Sure. So I mean,
Blown
even-
saves and all
say-
included. 20 might be nice to say.
Say if
maybe
you
more.
won half of those.
Yep.
Then you're like
You're the wild card.
you're
leading the wild card.
Even if you won a fourth of those.
Yep.
You are in the wild. You're either the top or the second wild card.
Yep.
You win a third of. I mean, you win 4 or 5 of those games. You're good to go. I know Tom is ready to go. He doesn't believe. He thinks it's starting pitching.
Are you looking more at starting pitching?
Which I don't disagree.
Because I'll tell you truthfully, I'm more at starting pitching. And I do agree, the bullpen has been
the bullpen
a juggernaut. I'll use a big word today. Juggernaut, because it's been counting on guys who really aren't supposed to be counted on. You're counting on the Pawtucket Red Sox to close out and save your games. Truthfully, you
I
really
don't know if
only...
I'd use the term juggernaut, but I mean,
It's been a cluster.
Yeah,
It's been a
sure.
cluster show, and we'll keep it PG.
cluster
A cluster show out there.
Cluster show.
That's a new phrase.
No,
for
yeah,
us.
it's been a madhouse.
You got
revolving
one reliable
door.
arm out there who's Brandon Workman, but for a curveball specialist, he doesn't throw strikes that often. Everybody else outside of that bullpen, I don't count on.
Well, do you have three guys who you know will be in that bullpen ready for you to use that
No.
are very consistent? That's the question.
No?
How many? I mean, even one.
Workman.
But even then, like you said, he's kind of like.
And the
he
reason
stretches the plate out like this.
The reason I look at pitching is because your pitching staff can't even average 5 or 6 innings in a start.
All right,
they get
Tom,
shelled from
take
it.
Sorry.
Is that what you were going to say?
I just think it's I think it's the whole team in general. You have one game where you put up 10-plus runs, and then the next you can't even put up a single run. You can't even put up half a run.
There you go.
Look at Sunday against the Padres. You beat them 12-something on Friday night, 11-0.
5-4, and then they lose
3-1 on Sunday. It's like, what are you doing here?
Gotta take a day
to the
off.
Padres.
Correct.
To the Padres, who have started off the year strong and have slowly just started landsliding.
Slip sliding away.
Just like the Indians, just like the A's, just like every team that the Red Sox could be in front of right now started the year off strong.
And the biggest problem on them, too, is they can't beat a good competitive team.
Oh, they beat the Indians 2 out of 3, pretty convincingly.
Rare,
almost
rare.
3.
And they beat the Twins, too.
The Indians aren't really competitive this year.
You don't think they're that competitive?
Not as much as they were last year or 2 years ago.
I think they've been decent.
And that's saying something
with
for the
other-
league, and it's saying something on the Red Sox because, yes, the Indians right now may be in the lead for that wild card with the Rays and all.
Well, it's actually Oakland.
Talent-wise, if you're looking at talent, yeah, the Red Sox on paper look much better than all these teams. But for some reason, they can't get the consistent at-bats, they can't get the timely hit, they can't get the starting pitching, and they blow up in the bullpen. I think that's been the theme.
But on the positive side,
Oh, positive?
oh yeah,
Positivity?
There's a little
Really?
positive. Rafi Devers,
Yeah.
Xander Bogaerts,
Yep.
Sam Travis has been a big bat for them when they need it. Marco Hernandez.
You're not even going to say JD.
I'm
Let
not
him
even
get through
done
the
with
list.
my
Let him
list
get through
yet.
What do you
Marco
got somewhere to be
Marco
in 5
Hernandez.
minutes?
Maybe I do.
Marco Hernandez has been like a big no name in recent years, but this year he's had decent games when he's had to play, and of course JD Martinez.
My boy.
He has been. He's been a rock.
Mookie's hitting under 300 for probably the first time in 3 years, 4 years.
But he wanted the leadoff. He's not. I mean, oh no, he didn't want the leadoff.
He was going to be in two
yeah,
spot.
but he moved him back.
Red Sox had some decisions to make at the end of the season, and one of those is deciding upon what they're going to do with whether JD opts out and goes to find something else that he thinks is a better deal, which I don't think is going to happen. I
Oh.
think JD will be here.
You think he'll stay?
I think the big question here is what are you going to do with Mookie Betts?
I don't know. I'd love to sign him, but then there's so many needs. It's
What do you do?
crazy.
Because I have my thoughts on it. Do you have a particular feeling on what they do?
I mean, you could try. There's been things that talk about trading
Yep.
and getting prospects back, either immediate help and in addition.
They
Yep.
could get a lot
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
They could. And they don't
But do you
necessarily
trust
need
Dombrowski?
him.
Yeah.
Because JD is, I wouldn't say reliable in the outfield, but I would say I could trust him
Serviceable.
when you need him.
I looked at the rest of the teams around the American League because I look at JD as a DH. Let's be honest here. The National League teams, they're not going to put him out there because they know if he gets hurt, his bat's going to go down. You can't have a 32, 33-year-old.
He does play the field
Outfield.
well. He does play the walls well, though, out in the outfield.
Ideally for JD, your market comes down to American League DHs. The Yankees can't take him because they have all these other questions on what's going to happen over there. You're down to teams that probably don't have it in the budget to give him a big deal. So that leads me to believe, why would he want to test that? when you have a guaranteed number that you're going to get. You've seen how much players have struggled in the offseason trying to get big deals. Some of them have to take one-year deals to build their value up. At 32, 33, I don't think JD wants to risk that. That's why I'm saying to myself, planning for the future here, you're probably going to have JD for 3 more years on stuff, and you're going to have to look for another solution for where Mookie Betts fits in. Personally, I think they do trade Mookie this offseason, and I think that another person that's off this team come next year is Jackie Bradley Jr., because they're not going to sign him for a long-term deal because he's not consistent. I think you're going to finally see, because they don't really have many options on it, is Rusney Castillo in Pawtucket is going to take one of those spots. You might forget about him. Hey,
Yeah.
three MVPs in a row for him for the Pawtucket Red Sox.
Oh, really?
He's the MVP of the team.
Well,
The reason he's down there is because of his contract. They don't want to count it towards the budget on the salary
I
cap,
see, yeah.
or the luxury cap,
The
rather.
luxury tax, yeah.
So that could take one slot right there. Then you got to pick and choose what you want to do. Do you want to go out and get a defender that has a mediocre-ish kind of bat? Or do you want to go out and probably get a bat, then maybe find somebody that can sub in that's a minor leaguer of some sorts in the outfield if you need it for a glove? I personally don't think it's worth a 220 hitter who saves maybe 2-3 robbed home runs or runs or something during the season to continue to play them in their lineup. I just don't. What you see with Jackie Bradley is what you're going to get. He's a very inconsistent hitter. He'll have a good month. That's the book. Best glove in center field in the league.
He has
I will
been a
give
little
that to
better
him.
at the plate this year, though, than in past years.
He's still hitting 220.
I know he's still hitting 220, but a lot of the Red Sox are hitting under 300 this year, under 250. So
I think the pleasant surprise of this season is definitely Rafael Devers. We'll go positive on that. He's going to have 30 home runs. He's already leading the league in RBIs. He's at 105 RBIs.
first one to hit 100 RBIs.
He's got like a 330 batting average.
Him and Xander Bogaerts are like neck and neck.
Xander and him have just been the
best-
lethal three
that's
are the
the
best.
best.
Those best three. The 3, 4, 5 spots are just, it's remarkable.
I
Or
think
2,
they might
3,
be the
4
best,
is
yeah.
remarkable.
Because what was it, 3, 4? Is that where they're batting?
You
Or is it
have
4 or
Mookie
5?
leading off, Devers in the 2 spot.
Okay,
Ever
yeah.
since Devers went to the 2 spot, the lineup is just taken off.
Yeah.
Your 3 hitters been Bogarts, and then your 4's been Martinez. Benintendi's been your 5th. Benintendi's, to me, has been nothing but a disappointment this year. Can't stay healthy, can't hit the ball out of the park. He's a 270 hitter who hits 12 home runs. I think he's overrated.
I think he'd be better than what he is. But, I mean,
Well, you know who else is really bad at the plate this year, too? Is Sandy Leone.
Well, he's not really playing that much right now because Sale isn't there, because Vasquez has had an awesome year.
Yeah,
Vasquez is hitting about 290. He'll probably hit 20 homers. That's great production from your catcher.
You even see him play first base a couple times.
Or in third.
right, yeah.
I mean, he's versatile. Sandy Leone playing first base would probably lay down like a beached whale over there.
Look like Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah.
ooh.
Speaking of which, just got shut down for Tommy John surgery. I heard it was he slipped at second base when he was looking for a piece of cake in the
Hey, the
crowd.
second base cake.
There's a
is
piece
not
of cake
not a
they
joke.
blasted out on the jumbotron, and
Oh,
he
to
went
get
to
salivated?
went like this with his mouth, and then they slipped and fell. And
Slipped on a banana peel he was eating.
banana, that's healthy, please.
well, I mean, well,
How about a Hostess Twinkie?
It's chock full of sugar, man.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is.
natural.
I can't eat bananas right now anymore, but that's another
Really?
story. No,
All right.
so that's another story in itself.
We get time.
We are all over the place today.
Wow.
The last thing that we want to discuss here before we wrap it up is the overall opinions on what we feel the Patriots are going to do this year. I don't think that we truly went through an offseason with the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. It just didn't feel it, did it?
No.
Or it just kind of felt like, oh, done, did it again. Whoop, get on to the next thing.
At this point, I think for us, it's even getting old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been getting.
I mean, I don't mind the winning, but at some point, you're gonna have to let somebody else win. Yeah.
What are our
I'm
opinions?
with you,
What are
man.
our opinions entering the season?
I think they could do it again.
I think yeah.
But I will say,
last ride.
I will say this: our schedule this year is pretty easy. Wouldn't be surprised if we went 16-0 this year.
Well, you never. The thing I do love about the NFL, people say that based on like the year before, but you never know like
But
how these teams are gonna.
but
sure, I'd
we
say,
have it goes Steelers, Miami, Buffalo, Redskins. Then I think we have
Well, Oh, it's the NFC East again.
I can actually look.
I forget who we
Well,
have
I mean,
after the
I got
Redskins.
my
but I think-
calendars.
We have, and then we have. Oh, it's the Redskins, then Jets, and then it's back home for. I forget who, and then we have a bye.
After Washington, you looking for?
Yeah.
The Giants on
Oh,
Thursday
it's
night.
the Giants and it's the Jets back at Foxborough.
Then you got we have
And
a
then-
Monday night game. New England Patriots at
It's
the
always-
Jets.
It's always going to be
Yeah,
tougher.
the Jets, and then
I didn't really. Then you got Cleveland. We don't really know much about what Cleveland's going to do,
I think
but
Cleveland's going to be a lot better.
I
we
think they
have
should
Baltimore,
Yeah.
we have Kansas City, we have Philly, we have Dallas. The toughest games for them this year is
Or
going to be
November and December.
Steelers, Philly, possibly the Browns, and then the Chiefs. And then after that,
I don't know. Baltimore's always tough.
You're
against
right,
those.
Tom. I mean, this looks.
I don't know, man.
The Philly-Eagles game will probably be one of those that you want to
I
watch.
think you're
That's
looking at-
Sunday, November
Chiefs and
17th.
Eagles are going to be the two games you
I think
definitely
you're
want to
looking at
watch.
That's a
this year.
11-5.
That's a
what I-
420. That's a 425 start right
though,
there.
man.
Honestly, I think we would. I wouldn't
You
be
think you're
surprised if we went 16-0.
Cowboys we play this year.
I think it's the week. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving we play them.
Yes, it is.
Brady's going to break down, and
we have
Stillwell-
we have a
is it Stillwell?
decent backup quarterback. I'm saying
Jared Stidham is your backup.
I'm
but
saying-
Stillwell.
Brian Hoyer
Arrested
is
Development.
apparently still staying on the roster.
as far as we know, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if anything we lose one of the games to Buffalo. If anything,
I don't know, man. You could lose the
maybe
Baltimore.
Philly.
You could lose.
but
Miami, you can split. I mean,
Yep.
remember going down to Miami
Yep.
last year and
you
losing
lose the
that
game to Cleveland. You
crapshoot
can
of a
lose
game?
the game to the Jets. That's not outside of it. The Jets we were given a game against the Jets last year. They got 2 touchdowns taken away from them.
But this year on paper on the schedule, I'm saying that
I
they
understand what you're
could
saying.
go 15-1 and only lose one of the games to Buffalo because Buffalo is the toughest team in in the division.
I'm going to write it here. 13-3, the Patriots will go. Oh, I'm going to be generous on it.
I don't think they're going to lose more than 5 games this year.
What are your thoughts?
Well,
You
I'm
think
gonna-
Tom Brady's going to be fine this year?
no.
You think he's going to break down?
I think he's going to do what he's not going to be the Tom Brady you've seen over years. Maybe they hold him and they just do what they've been doing the last couple of years, which is like run the ball well, and then just see if they need him in the fourth quarter, or just stack the deck.
They might throw in Stidham a couple times and just
I think that
flip-flop
would be
and
great.
try.
I think that would be great.
I think you're
I
going to
think it's
see
12-4, 11-5.
a bigger year for Sonny Michel than you have in years past. That's my bold
You think
prediction.
he'll be catching and running, or just
They've
more,
been working on him with it.
Yeah,
I think they need to see that in the
right,
backfield.
They do, yeah.
They need it.
Him and White. They need to. So every time one of them's in, you don't know what's going to happen.
If you remember at the very beginning of the season last year, they
did
relied
try.
upon James White way too much, and he broke down. I think they want to keep him as healthy as they can. You
broke
also
down?
have the Gronk soap
bit,
opera.
yeah.
What do you think is really going to happen with Gronk?
I don't know. I mean,
Is he
could-
done? Is he done playing?
I
That's
mean,
my
I
question.
would hope he's done.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, he could come back like later on. That's kind of what people are saying, but I don't know.
For health reasons, I hope he's done. But at the
Yeah.
same time,
I think Gronk
We've-
is having a hard time stepping away.
I mean, we've been saying this for the past 2-3 years that Brady doesn't have a lot of time left. It's like how much. So I mean, I think Gronk would help with the winning and getting the Super Bowl.
Is that Gronk?
Hello, Gronk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tom. Yeah, I think we're going to get to the Super Bowl again this year, but we need you. You think you can come back? Yeah, Tom, of course I will.
Playoff eligibility.
There you go. Oh, is that?
The reason that I give that example right there, how can a
don't care.
player tell Tom Brady no?
I mean, sure.
How can you tell the greatest of all time no?
Simply, I know. But,
Good luck to you then.
well, I mean, sure. If Tom Brady asks me to do something, it's like, well, I don't want to do that. Listen,
He's
just
not
hype-
gonna
hype
beg,
your
but-
parents and just leave them there. I'm like, I'm not doing
Gronk
that, Tom.
goes like this
Sure.
with Brady. He
But I
has a
think-
lot to credit with him doing the TB12 method, getting himself to the position where he's at right now. I think that those two are like this, and I think that if there was really a need, Gronk would be there.
And I don't think he needs that type of prodding, though.
That's why I looked at too.
don't
He
think-
announced this deal with the CBD oil. Is that what you call it? If he was to come into the league right now, he would be suspended for 4 games because I guess that oil stuff is against drug policy in the NFL because it
but
has like marijuana or something
No,
in it.
that's a whole nother bag of bones we can get into. But no, THC isn't in it.
It's not.
No, it's just the other
Something
agents that
triggers
help.
it. Something is triggered in there that makes
It's just a
that's
reactionary.
against policy or
yeah,
something?
it's just a reactionary thing.
something
really
dumb.
is.
But yes, he could be doing this oil thing right now to get his body in the best physical shape that it can be,
Sure.
which could very well be possible. And yeah, he could stop taking it maybe late October. Give your body maybe a month to get it out of your system. You're looking at about a December 1st. That's when rosters need to be put together for eligibility for the postseason. So if anything's supposed to happen, that would be right there. Could be an early Christmas present. You never know. But I'm not closing the door, folks. I'm not. I saw what you saw from that press conference right there. He was way too emotional about what he was going to do. He's only, I think he's 30 years old right now. 29, 30. Yeah. My age, sadly. We'll see what happens on that. But I don't think football's done for him.
Speaking of stepping away from the game, what's your opinion on Andrew Luck?
Phil, I had a question for you.
Oh, so that brings
That's
up,
a great
yeah.
transition,
Wow,
Tom. Thank you for that. You kind of just gave it away right now. But anyways,
Sorry.
I wanted to think about
No, it's pretty good. I wasn't even thinking of that.
I wanted to think about what the biggest headline or the biggest story was of this past summer to talk about it here on our final few minutes that we have on the program and see if there's any agreement or disagreement or different things that have come up that should be discussed. So my big one, I'll lead off, and that was the news of Andrew Luck last week with announcing his retirement at age 29. Something about being at age 29 should retire. Maybe I need to retire. But anyways, stepping away from the game, I thought the timing was terrible. I don't agree with the booing that the fans did on the field from that. I thought that was not
reprehensible.
It was a reactionary thing. I mean, I can understand their frustration from it, but the more I thought about it, the more I said to myself, what poor timing on his part. Like, if you were going to step away, God-given right to do that. I have no problem whatsoever. That's fine. But the way you did it, you have one more game before your season begins, and your fans are counting on you. That's what I think fans were booing
that's still,
on.
Yeah, I think that's what fans are booing on, but that doesn't give them any right to react the way they did afterwards.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I respect the fans for booing him, and he even made reference to it in that press conference after, saying that he couldn't ignore it.
Did they boo again after a certain?
I don't think so.
But like
everybody
just exploded over the internet, over social media, and but like.
It was out of nowhere. Well, I shouldn't say out of nowhere.
Let me share a tweet with you. You can keep talking. I'm going to find it.
But the timing of it was awful. But the way people reacted, you don't play sport. Well, maybe you do, but it's
not
a
at this
professional.
level.
It's a professional athlete retiring for a reason that is a smart reason. He's probably one of the smarter football players, honestly.
Well, and he literally gave his body to the cause of the team.
He gave his body to the team. The offensive line of the Colts. The offensive line of the Colts is probably one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. Yeah. And he took hit after hit after hit, and I'm surprised he didn't retire earlier.
No, and he had comeback player of the year last year, and it's like, oh, maybe, and he had such an expectation. He was the number one pick, right?
He's a good quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't a bad quarterback.
Heir apparent to Peyton Manning.
Yep.
We forget about that.
No, yeah.
He wasn't a terrible quarterback. He just didn't have a team that could give him anything.
And I blame the team construction on that from people that put the general manager. I think it was Ryan Grissom, something like that.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Your offensive line was the worst in the league. I mean, they pretty much just killed them.
Yeah.
That's roster construction right there. If you want to blame anybody or anything on Luck stepping away, you blame them. Don't blame Luck.
Can't protect him.
You can't protect somebody. I mean, think about it. That was Tom Brady. If Tom Brady had a line that was like the Colts, he wouldn't be playing right now, folks. No. People take these things for granted. They think it's just, they're there to protect them, done. You got to execute. That's why Dante Scarnecchia is one of the more unsung heroes of the Patriots franchise in general. Because he's there to protect the greatest of all time. If Brady was getting hit, there's no more Tom Brady.
No, it's
Sorry,
over.
folks.
And
That's
Dave,
just my
that being
feeling
said,
on it.
Dave Andrews is done for the year. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
blood clots they found in there. That's very
Poor dude.
scary.
Yeah.
But
the guy that they have coming in has experience apparently. So
it was Alex Karras' son, Ted
Oh.
Karras.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
No, am I thinking the same guy from? No, Alex Karras.
Alex Karras was a football player
Yeah,
way
yeah,
back in the day. He was an actor too.
From Webster.
Webster.
There we
Yes,
go.
that's him.
And
yes.
from Blazing Saddles. I
Yes,
think.
that's exactly who I'm
Yeah,
talking
played
about.
Mongo.
Here was a
Kids, check
tweet.
it out.
Here was a tweet I wanted to share. His name is Doug Gottlieb. I don't know if you've ever heard
Oh,
that name.
yes.
We
he
should
does a
talk
lot of the
about it.
CBS. I heard he. Tell me
He's
the
a
exact
CBS
tweet.
radio
Yeah.
sports minutes or whatever they call
I
it.
remember hearing vaguely about
So
this.
he
I
had
would
a
love to
hot
hear
take.
this.
His
Yeah,
hot take
sure.
was this: retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial
Mm.
thing ever. Hashtag Andrew Luck.
Eh.
Has over 33,000 comments back
Oh,
and
yeah,
forth
sure,
with it. Almost 2,000 retweets.
Careful there, buddy.
Yeah, I tell you.
A lot of cows in the audience.
And 10,000 likes
Yeah.
on that. And he just got roasted for that.
Oh, well,
rightfully
for good,
should.
for good, yeah.
Rightfully should.
And I
Ray,
remember
Ray
Troy
Ferraro
Aikman.
was making comments
Did
about
I
it
make
too.
a comment
Who?
about it? I
Ray
think I made
Ferraro.
a comment about it.
He's a commentator for the NHL. He was a hockey player. He's a commentator
My
for
comment back
NHL on
was-
NBC Sports.
What did he say?
He was just like, he was basically saying what I said was there's no excuse for you guys like.
He had to boo or do any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
you don't.
I thought I
The
commented
millennial
on
thing
it.
is weird.
You're a professional broadcaster.
Yes.
Like these people.
It's,
Like
look
Kurt,
at me.
Kurt
Look at
Schilling
me.
made a comment like that, and he got fined or whatever,
Yeah.
and he got fired from
He
ESPN.
told Elizabeth
Yeah.
Warren to go, you know what?
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre that a grown man would say that about, like, stop being a pansy. Like, pretty much for bands like, what?
I think we get it from the people from Barstool, though. I think that's where it's dictated a little bit from.
Oh, just that they...
Well, look at Portnoy's all over that Alexandra, what's her name?
AOC?
AOC.
Well, why is he...
They don't like each other at all.
why is he all over him? I don't understand it.
They got nothing better to do. They want to just create. They want to create attention upon themselves.
I guess, yes.
That's
I
what
don't
it is.
understand why Barstool Sports would have anything to do, like... you think,
She said something about employment or something. She had a bunch of claims that he was discriminate and said bad things about the workplace.
All their business is run by men, but they have
employees unions.
The founder of it was a female or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've not...
Stupid.
I don't have anything against
just-
AOC.
Yeah, he got himself in some hot water right there.
He did.
Oh,
He
wow.
told the mayor of Somerville about some stuff.
Well,
so that was kind of fun.
It started with the rally towers for the.
There you go. That's where it all started from.
rally
All these
towers?
controversies. He did rally towers
Remember
for
with
game.
that? He wanted to. They were
game
sponsoring
2.
the game. Whatever game of.
And then a bunch of people were critical about Barstool, saying that they're discriminate, that they're not an organization to be involved with, and he just went on the attack.
Oh, wow. What
that
game
was-
2? Game 2 of...
The Bruins playoffs,
Bruins,
Stanley Cup.
yeah.
He did the rally
Yeah,
towers.
one of the.
Yeah.
I forget which series it was. It was one of them though, and then it just went off. Everybody exploded.
Explosion.
Oh, wow.
Central.
What was on the rally towel?
Just
Nothing.
go Bruins.
It was just like Go Bruins 2019 playoffs, and then underneath they put the sponsor. It was Barstool Sports.
Right.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
So that to me was one of my bigger headlines of this summer. That was shocking.
And it was only like a week ago.
Would you give Andrew Luck or Gronk a higher percentage of returning to play football?
I would give Gronk a higher
Yeah, I would
percentage.
give
Okay,
Gronk.
I would give
I
Gronk
think
too.
I think
Luck
Luck
is
is
a lot more
done.
beat up than Gronk.
I also
would say.
think Luck, yeah, he's more bit, but I think he knows his own. I'm not saying Gronk doesn't know his body, but I think.
Like
Luck
I said, he's one of the
understands.
smarter players in football. I think he knows he's done, and
Yeah,
that's all he
exactly.
needs. But and
That's why
I
he
mean,
was crying right in front of you.
If I was him, I wouldn't go back to the Colts if they wanted to
Heck
ask me
no.
to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
fair
one of the
point.
words.
I wouldn't.
You don't protect me. I'm not going to come back to you. If a team wants me, I'll go to them. But I'm not going back to you.
Are there any other big stories or headlines that we missed this past summer that is bigger than that?
I don't think so.
Maybe and for me because
Maybe
on
you.
the
I know. I got
residential-
you thinking before the show, so I don't know.
You did a little,
yeah.
Because I'm the residential basketball guy, but just pretty much, just the hoopla running around and just who's going where, which even then kind of lasts a day or two.
Did you enjoy the free agent frenzy?
It was okay. It was there weren't.
I thought
a
it was
lot-
wild.
Yeah, there weren't as many. I guess you could say there were some surprises, but I mean, I was surprised. Well, actually the biggest one, Al Horford leaving. which you kind of
To go
had an
to
idea.
Philly.
To go to Philly.
That was a smack in the face.
Well, I mean, whatever it was, it happened. And Philly's going to be great. They were great. Hell, they were great last year.
Philly
at the
better
end.
this year coming in, or are the Celtics?
I think Philly's going to take some games away from you because
I
you
do
have Twin
too.
Towers there.
Yep.
You have, Embiid, and you have Horford, and that's going to be crazy. You don't have Jimmy Butler there anymore, and you don't have Redick.
JJ Redick, yeah.
JJ Redick, your 3-point specialist, but you have a good team.
Yep.
You have a good team around you, and I love Kemba Walker. I think he's great. Cantor will be okay. And maybe you have a better core, and you have an identity that's a lot.
I think the identity, I think you hit it right there, is going to be much better. They're going to be a more likable team.
Might be a buzzword.
Maybe they're a first round or second round, but I don't think it's realistic to think they go higher than that. Not right now.
We'll see how the East goes. I mean, you have Jimmy Butler and that actually might have been the weirdest one.
The Miami one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name from OKC? Who they got a really OKC.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Thank you. They got a really great package for that trade. They got a lot for him, OKC, which would be great to see how they get 3 more Hall of Famers and give them away to other teams.
Yep.
So I mean that's just kind of how OKC's been.
My biggest shock was the announcement for the Clippers.
Oh, Kawhi. Yeah, you know
Kawhi
what?
Leonard going
Yep.
there. That was a shock
I almost
because
got a
everybody
Kawhi
had
Leonard
him
t-shirt.
booked with LeBron.
And Paul George.
Yes, exactly. With Paul George and everything. That was a shock.
And the
no one
Clippers
saw
are
that
already
coming.
a good team.
What a slap in the face to LeBron, though. I don't think the Lakers
know.
are as good as everybody's saying they're going to be.
I don't think he was ever going to go to the Lakers because they had always. I mean, I know that was a big thing, but he had always it seemed like Clippers were.
The Lakers just seem to me like a reality television show right now.
I mean, yeah.
Might as well have the Kardashians be out there on the court, too.
I think the Balls are. Alonzo Ball and the whole Ball family, I think, are still there. Or did they get traded?
No,
they
Lonzo got traded.
Utah?
Lonzo got traded to.
No, what was it? Was it Utah or where was it?
I thought it was it OKC? No.
Oh, no.
No, where did he
But
get
they're
traded
gone.
to?
Yeah, I thought there was.
Was
was
it
the
the Pelicans?
It was the Pelicans.
Oh, was it?
It's the Pelicans, yes.
Look at that
Oh,
hockey
you got,
guy coming
yeah,
in
I
with
know,
the
really.
basketball
Look at
knowledge.
this.
Who was the Anthony
Yeah.
Davis? The Anthony
For
Davis move. The Anthony Davis move.
And they got Dwight. I was going to say Dwight Yoakam. No, they got Dwight Howard. Which
What a
would be great
mess
if Dwight
he is.
Yoakam was playing for the Lakers. For those who are country music fans from back in the day.
Yeah.
And also have seen Panic Room.
I personally think the Clippers are better than the Lakers.
Yeah, I think
Personally,
so.
yeah.
They will be. It'll be fun to see them battle it out.
I would love to see another year where LeBron doesn't make the playoffs. That'd be
I
lovely.
think they'll make the playoffs.
I think they
but
will too.
It'll be the West is going to be nuts. It's going to be kind of crazy. And OKC's out of it, which kind of blows, but I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm curious to see how the Celtics do end up doing, but
I think they'll do well enough.
to be determined.
Yeah.
It's going to be big to see what Tatum and
Brown
and the youth do, and I'm happy that
Kemba.
Cocky McCocky is out of here. What's his name?
Oh yeah, sure. Flat Earther, Kyrie.
Yep, that's one of them, but the other one I was thinking of too.
Oh,
the
which
other
one?
kid.
The other kid who was
Who's
crazy?
the other? Who's our other guy?
Oh, wait.
Why
what's-
can't Terry Rozier?
Terry Rozier?
I'm happy
Oh,
Terry.
yeah, that's right.
Scary
He went-
Terry.
Where did
Not
I
so
like
scary Terry.
But he was disappointment this past year.
Big time.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I could go on for hours
Big
about
time.
it.
I actually have kind of a slightly big hockey story. If we're
Uh-oh.
done with the basketball,
No,
Yep.
sure.
Go.
is Evgeny Kuznetsov got suspended from the KHL for 4 years.
Yeah, I heard that. He's pretty. So, what would that open the door for? Could he be in the NHL?
Well, he is in the NHL. He plays for the Caps.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I think off season he plays over there.
So what? Yeah, what is that? He's got no.
He
Maybe
can't
be a
play
little
over
healthier?
there so he can't. I don't
Why'd he
think he
get
can
suspended?
like train or practice or anything over there for like 4 years.
What'd he do?
Drugs.
Oh, like steroids or?
No.
Oh no, like
no.
recreational drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. Okay, that's silly.
It was a Patrick Chung kind of thing.
Oh really?
Another story.
Oh wait, what did Patrick Chung?
Patrick Chung was arraigned last week.
I didn't even know.
Went into his house and they found cocaine,
Yep.
Oh, so it's just all right. That's not as. I'm sorry.
but it's probably
very-
somebody else's, of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
That's Belichick's.
But that's still. I like that guy too. He broke his arm just trying to.
Yeah, he's a warrior.
Yeah,
he's
is.
a competitor. Well, that will bring our season 14 premiere show to an end. We hope you enjoyed it. We were a little bit all over the place with talking about everything, but
That
we
was
hadn't
great.
been with you for a while, so we hope you enjoyed that. And we will see you next time on another show where we'll we'll be previewing, of course, the start of the Patriots season, which will be exciting. That'll be here on September 5th, I think.
Oh, are they doing
Is
the
it
Thursday night game?
No,
it's
a
a
Sunday night game.
game.
It's
Who's doing the Thursday?
September 8th. September 8th will be that game. That's against the Steelers.
Who's that'll be a good one. Who's
Yeah.
playing the opening night?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't even know because I was thinking like, oh, are the Pats going to play now?
The Eagles might have something to do with it. I
Yeah.
think it's Eagles, Kansas City.
Oh, that's
I
not a
think
bad
something
one.
with I think it's something along those
That's not a
lines,
bad
but
one.
we'll have to see what happens
sure.
there. In the meantime, we hope you have a wonderful long weekend, Labor Day weekend, and we will see you next time here on another episode of Face to Facts. For Nick Face, for Tom Smith, for Phil Healy, we will see you next time. Goodbye.